The phone rings, and at 9 o'clock at night, you pick it up, and you hear a young voice shaking, crying, "Grandma, it's me. Please don't be mad. I'm in jail, and I need your help." Your heart stops. Every part of you wants to save that child, and that, friend, is exactly what they are counting on. Because the voice on that phone may not be your grandchild at all. Criminals running this exact scheme have taken millions of dollars from families just like ours, and the newest version of this trick can copy your grandchild's real voice. So stay with me, because before this video is over, I'm going to give you one simple question, that stops this scam dead in its tracks. Don't let anyone you love miss it. Well, hello there, friend. It's Frank. Pull up a chair, because today you and I need to have a serious talk. Now, I'm not here to scare you. That's not what we do here. I'm here to prepare you, the way you'd prepare a dear friend. Because this scam, the authorities call it the grandparent scam, is one of the cruelest tricks ever aimed at people our age. It doesn't go after our money first. It goes after our hearts. So pour yourself a cup of coffee, turn the volume up just a little, and let's make sure that if this call ever comes to your house, and friend, it very well might, you will know exactly what to do. Let me show you how it happens step by step. Because this is not some clumsy fellow guessing at random. This is organized crime, run like a business, with scripts, with shifts, with managers. And once you've seen behind the curtain, it can never fool you again. It usually starts in the evening or very early in the morning, and that's no accident. They want you tired. They want you cozy in your chair, half listening to the television, not at your sharpest. The phone rings, and on the other end is a young voice, upset, crying, hard to make out. "Grandma, Grandpa, it's me." And right there is their very first trick. Did you catch it? Most of the time, they don't say a name. They wait for you to say it. You say, "Michael, Michael, is that you?" And just like that, they have the name. Now they're Michael. You handed them the key, and you never even noticed. They'll blame the shaky voice on crying or a broken nose from the car accident. "That's why I sound different, Grandma." "Yes, it's Michael. Grandma, I made a terrible mistake. I was in a car accident. It wasn't my fault. But they arrested me. I'm in jail, and I'm so scared." Now, here's something that may surprise you, friends. Some of these criminals do their homework. Federal investigators discovered that these gangs work from actual lists, spreadsheets with our names, our ages, our phone numbers, even our family details, gathered from the internet and from social media. So sometimes they do know your grandson's name. They know where he goes to college. They might even know the dog's name. It's chilling, I know, but remember why we're here. Because knowing their tricks is exactly how we beat them. Then comes the second act of the play. The grandchild says, "Grandma, there's a lawyer here with me. He's going to explain everything." And a new voice comes on the line, calm, professional, very polite. "Ma'am, good evening. I'm your grandson's attorney. He's a good young man. This was all a misunderstanding, but he goes before the judge in 2 hours, and we need $7,000 for his bail, or I'm afraid he sits in that jail cell all weekend. 2 hours, $7,000. A frightened grandchild. Can you feel how the walls close in? That's by design, friend. Every word of it. And then they say the words that should set off every alarm bell in your home. "Ma'am, there is a gag order on this case. You cannot tell anyone, not his mother, not his father, not your other children. If word gets out, it could ruin his case." Friend, hear me clearly. That is not how the law works. Not in this country. There is no such thing as a gag order that stops a grandmother from calling her own daughter. That rule exists for one reason and one reason only: to keep you away from the one person who would say, "Mom, what are you talking about? Michael is sitting right here at my kitchen table." And here's the part that shocked me the most when I read the court records. In many of these cases, they don't ask you to mail anything. Oh no. They say, "A courier will come to your door to collect the bail money. Wrap the cash in a magazine. Put it in an envelope." And sure enough, a car pulls up to your house. A polite young driver, sometimes just an innocent rideshare driver who has no idea what he's picking up, takes the envelope from your hands and drives away. And your savings drive away with him. You might be thinking, "Frank, does this really happen to real people?" Friend, just last September, the Department of Justice charged 13 people who ran this exact operation out of a call center overseas. They stole more than $5 million from elderly Americans across 5 states. And listen to this. The average age of their victims was 84 years old. And in another case, 25 people were charged with running this same scheme against hundreds of American seniors in more than 40 states. $21 million gone. This is not rare, friend. This is an industry, and we are their business plan. Now, I want to stop right here and say something that matters to me very much. Maybe you're sitting there thinking, "This would never work on me." And I hope you're right, but I want you to understand why it works, even on sharp, careful, intelligent people, because it has nothing to do with intelligence. When you believe a grandchild is in danger, fear floods the brain, and in that moment, the thinking part of the mind goes quiet, and the protecting part takes over. You stop analyzing, and you start rescuing. That's not weakness, friend. That's love. Grandparents have a hard time saying no to their grandchildren, and these criminals know that better than anyone on earth. The very best thing about us is being used against us. So if this has ever happened to you or to someone you care about, there is no shame in it. None. The shame belongs entirely to the people making these calls. But now, I have to tell you about the new twist. And I need you to hear this part, because this changes everything. You might be thinking, "But Frank, I would know my grandchild's voice. I've known that voice since the day they were born." Friend, it breaks my heart to tell you that is no longer enough. There is now computer software. They call it artificial intelligence that can copy a human voice, and it doesn't need much to do it. A birthday video posted on Facebook, a voicemail greeting, a 10-second clip from social media. That's all it takes. And the machine can produce a voice that sounds exactly like your grandson or granddaughter, crying, frightened, begging you for help. Last year alone, the FBI counted $352 million in losses from these artificial intelligence scams just among Americans over 60. That is why the government's own consumer watchdog now gives us this blunt advice: don't trust the voice. Let me say that again, because it may be the most important sentence in this entire video, even if it sounds exactly like them. Do not trust the voice. So how do we beat them? I'll tell you, friend. It comes down to 3 red flags and 1 golden question. And I want you to remember these 3 flags the way you remember your own birthday. Red flag number 1, urgency. You must act right now. The judge decides in 2 hours. There's no time to waste. Friend, real emergencies always have room for 1 phone call. Real lawyers, real hospitals, real police. Not one of them demands your money within the hour. Pressure to hurry is not a sign of the scam. The pressure is the scam. The rush exists for one reason: to keep you from thinking, so the moment you feel rushed, slow down. Red flag number 2, secrecy. Don't tell your family, don't tell anyone. There's a gag order. He's embarrassed. Keep this between us. Friend, the truth loves company. Anyone who begs for your help but forbids you from talking to your own family is stealing from you. The moment you hear the words, don't tell anyone, the game is over. You've caught them red-handed. Red flag number 3, strange payment. They want cash handed to a courier at your front door, or gift cards from the pharmacy. Read the numbers over the phone, or a wire transfer, or that cryptocurrency business. Friend, carve this rule in stone. No court in America collects bail in gift cards. And the FBI has said it as plainly as it can be said. Law enforcement will never send someone to your home to collect bail money for a grandchild. Never. If a stranger is coming to your door for cash, you call the police, the real ones. And now, the moment I promised you at the very beginning, the one question that stops this scam cold. It's called a family code word, and here's how it works. This Sunday, when you talk to your children and grandchildren, I want your family to pick a secret word together, something no stranger could ever guess, and something that never gets posted on Facebook. Maybe it's the name of the lake where you fished when the kids were little. Maybe it's grandma's secret pie ingredient. Maybe it's the old family joke nobody else would understand. One word, that's all. And then the rule is beautifully simple. Any call, any emergency, anyone asking for money, you ask one question. Sweetheart, what's our family word? A real grandchild answers in a heartbeat. A scammer goes silent or stumbles or gets angry or hangs up. And either way, in 5 seconds, you just protected what some families lost after a lifetime of saving. And what if you haven't set up your code word yet, and the call comes tomorrow morning? Then you do this. You say, I'm going to hang up now and call you right back. Then hang up and call your grandchild on the number you already have in your phone book, not the number that called you, your number. And if they don't answer, call their mother or father. That's it. That one habit, hang up and call back, defeats this entire criminal industry. Because, friend, they can copy a voice, but they cannot answer your grandchild's real telephone. Before we finish today, I need to speak directly to anyone watching who has already been through this. Maybe you sent the money. Maybe you've never told a single soul because you feel foolish. Friend, listen to me. You are not foolish. You are targeted by trained professional criminals who do this to hundreds of people every single week. Here is what to do, and please do it quickly because speed matters. First, call whoever handled the payment, your bank, the gift card company, the wire service, tell them it was fraud, and ask them to stop or reverse it. Second, report it. Call the National Elder Fraud Hotline. It's free, and the kind folks there will walk you through every step, and report it to the FBI and to the Federal Trade Commission. I've put all of those numbers and websites in the description right below this video, so they're there whenever you need them. And here's why reporting matters so much. Experts believe only about 5% of these crimes are ever reported. 5%. Every report helps investigators connect the dots and protects the next grandmother down the road. Your voice, friend, could be the one that finally stops them. So let's gather up what we learned today, nice and simple. If the call comes, crying grandchild, jail, lawyer, bail money, you remember 3 things. 1, urgency is the scam. 2, secrecy is the scam. 3, gift cards, wire transfers, and couriers at your door are the scam, and your shield is one golden question. What's our family word? Or one golden habit, and hang up and call back on the number you know. Now, friend, and I want to hear from you. Has this call ever come to your home? Did they pretend to be a grandchild, a police officer, a lawyer? Go down to the comments below and tell me what happened, because I promise you, your story will open someone else's eyes. The comments under this video may end up protecting more families than the video itself. And do one more thing for old Frank. Think of one person, one friend, one neighbor, one sister or brother who lives alone, and send them this video today. It costs you nothing, and it might save them everything. If this was helpful, that thumbs up button tells me to keep making these, and if you subscribe, I'll be right here every single week, keeping watch on the new tricks, so you never have to face them alone. Until next time, friend, stay sharp, stay kind, and let's look out for one another, because nobody gets to steal from our generation without a fight. Take care now.